Hi, welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. I'm Susanne Marie, and we're going to be able to do some readings right now. And I'm so excited that you came and you're listening, and I hope we have some really good callers with some good questions. I'm a little bit low energy tonight. I had a turbulent week. But I wanted to do the readings anyway. I think I have some good energy tonight for the clairvoyance. I guess what's on my mind this week is how short and how precious life is, and how, with everything going on in the world, we forget just how short and precious and fragile life is. So I like to think of, I would like to think that I live every day knowing that it's precious. Hello?
Hello?
Hi. So here is my friend Diane, and she's joining us. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Good. We apparently can't do any readings on the show. So, but I want to be able to let the listeners know and the viewers know that you are in Connecticut and you're a great clairvoyant reader. So, can I
Thank
ask
you
you
for that. I appreciate that.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Oh, absolutely. My delight. My pleasure.
Okay. How long have you been doing readings?
Wow. I have been doing readings professionally for 10 years, but just through like the spiritualist churches, having coffee hour after services, actually since the early 1990s.
What I know that doing psychic readings for me brings me joy and kind of endorphins when you're spot on and you're helping someone. What are some of the reasons that you do psychic readings?
Well, I know that I was born with this gift, and being empathic and having sensitivity and compassion for people, and also the ability to connect loved ones with the people that are left behind here on earth. And it brings me joy to make those connections and make those bridges for people. But not only that, my psychic ability kicks in also. And so I really get pleasure from seeing people smile when I help them make intuitive decisions
Yeah.
about family members, real estate, their jobs, and being able to pick up on those key things that are troubling people and have them have a smile on their face and perhaps even a tear of joy. And just when I do readings live, obviously you can see people smile and the tear of joy. But even just with phone readings, just feeling their vibration and hearing the joy in their voice is such a reward. And I feel very lucky, as you do, Suzanne, to make people's lives, impact people's lives for the better.
Right. What do you see as the biggest handicap to, or like the negative in doing psychic readings?
Well, excuse me. The only thing that really comes to mind, the first thing that comes to mind, is reading someone who comes in as a skeptic. They've never had a reading before. They're not certain if they believe that the continuity of life continues after we pass, and that there are channels and people that can connect to the spirit world and bring messages. And when I think skeptics really block us, they block the energy, they block the flow. So it's their disbelief or unbelief in the spirit world. But not only that, they don't even believe in intuition, and which we all have to some level. Every average person has a certain degree of intuition, but it's like a muscle. It needs to be worked, and the more it works, the more it grows. But it's the skeptics that block the flow of energy to be able to assist them and help them and give them answers. So that's the only downside is people that come in with a lot of skepticism. That's kind of lousy for folks like us, Susanne. But as you know, as long as someone comes in with an open heart, it doesn't matter how upset they are or how nervous they are or how anxious they are. The fact that their heart is open, the messages and the connections will flow. Mm-hmm.
So, as a psychic reader, with all the listeners tonight, what message would you have for everyone listening to us tonight?
Well, it's interesting. As you were talking, I got the word hope, and I got the color, a beautiful emerald green color. So what I want to say is that it is all about giving hope to every soul, to every person that feels the burden with these planetary things that are going on with the planet. It's been a wild ride in 2020, but there is hope. And also what comes to my mind from Spirit is this too shall pass. The planets are ever changing. Energy is always changing. So even if there's, retrogrades or whatever, we know that the flip side of the coin is that they come out. That's the good news. The planets in the universe are always moving. So there's always hope that we are moving through, and we're moving into betterment and enlightenment and enlightenment. So that's what I'm thinking about right now for folks.
Yes, there's a difference between faith and hope, and I think faith is a belief, and hope is the action.
Oh, you're so right, Susanne. Oh, thank you for that. Yes.
So, So, I'm hoping that at some other point that we could have you on screen, but it's been a very difficult situation with Mercury retrograde, getting communication settled. But I'm certainly glad that you came. We were able to come and talk with us.
Oh, I'm delighted, and I thank you for the opportunity. And yes, Mercury retrograde affects electronics, and if someone is born under the sign of Gemini, it could be really tough because Mercury is our ruling planet. So I'm a Gemini, and for all those out there that are Geminis, when Mercury goes retrograde, oh my goodness, we really get the impact. So I appreciate you bringing that information forward about Mercury retrograde, Susanne. That's a good point.
So what I would ask you to do is to put a post on my page, probably underneath my last one, and just let people know your name and where they can reach you at. And you are available for live readings in Connecticut, right? Give some people right now that information.
Oh, well, I'm Diane Duffy on Facebook. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, and where can they reach you in Connecticut if they wanted to?
Oh, yes. Well, they can certainly text me at 860-518-4136. They can message me on Messenger under Diane Duffy. That's DUSSY.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure you will be getting some calls. I'm so glad that you came to visit on A1R, tonight.
Oh, thank
And,
you. Thank you for the opportunity.
yeah, so what I'm going to do is let you go and try to get at least one reading in to a call.
Thank you so much.
You
Thank
take
you
it
so much.
easy. And yeah, good luck with what's going on with the last of 2020, okay? Thank you for
Likewise,
coming.
you as well.
And I hope
Many.
that you come. I hope you come back to visit.
Oh, absolutely. It would be my pleasure, Suzanne. It would be my pleasure. Many blessings.
You too. You have a great night.
Okay, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, so me and Diane are Geminis, and we have too much in common to completely ignore or even a little ignore the similarities with us. So it's kind of funny that two people. We have Goldie from Richmond, Virginia. Hello.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. What can I help you with tonight?
Okay, my mom's been dead like 2 years ago, and the father I had is not my father, and I don't know anything about him, and I'm worried about that quite a bit.
You're worried about your father?
Yes, I never know who he was. The person I thought it was is not him. It's someone else.
Oh, okay. So your question is about your dad, your father?
Yes, my mom died like 2 years ago, and
Okay.
she didn't give me no information, so that's what I'm worried about.
I'll see what Spirit says. Hang on a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Um, um, I'm um I'm picking up that your mom and your dad had some kind of domestic abuse issues going on.
Oh,
And your mother never told you, right? Or told you very
right.
little?
She told me, well, the person she told me is not him.
Um, yes, I, I'm picking up that it was a domestic abuse situation. You know, one of those really quick relationships where you get in heavy, and then you get out. It's kind of
Yes.
that. And the passion was great, but the passion came with anger and violence and a lot of heatedness, a lot of heat and fire. Um, I'm getting that your father, your real father, his first letter of his name is a V. I'm getting something like Vince or Vance.
Okay.
Um, I have spirit telling me that he's still alive.
Oh.
Um, and spirit tells me that he was in your mom's life when you were very little, but I think she was with another person, but he was in and out, not as a
Oh.
boyfriend, but you know, as an acquaintance. I think that
Well,
they still kept in contact, is what I'm getting.
okay. I have no idea. See, all my family, immediate family is gone, but two uncles, and they've sort of kept it a secret.
Um, I'm getting that if you did an ancestry DNA test, you could find your family and your dad, your father.
Oh,
I'm getting too that he's not too far from you as far as living. Maybe the same state, the same city.
oh, yeah.
Um, I'm getting, I'm getting that your mother took a long time to calm down. Because I feel like she was a very independent and passionate and stubborn woman when she was younger. And
Oh, yeah.
that's not nothing wrong with it. It's just I think the world kind of calmed her down with age, experience, and maturity.
Yes.
Spirit also says you have some of those qualities.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, I think it's a V. If I could just get a last name, I'm getting that the last name is like a C.
See, okay. That's a good start.
And I have a feeling that he works with automobiles, kind of like maybe a car dealership,
Okay.
or someone that gives out loans, a loan officer.
Okay.
But yeah, he's still alive, and they're telling me that if you did a DNA test, that you would find him. And not to plug ancestry or nothing, but they do have Christmas specials where it gets cheaper, like $50
Yeah.
or something. But
Yeah.
I would do that. I would do that.
I will.
If you got a great curiosity about it, yeah, you're gonna find some cousins and family members and a beautiful tree. And I don't think you would have any rejection. I don't sense a rejection. I sense a welcoming, like more family.
Oh, okay. That's
So
great
yeah.
news.
Excuse me.
That's great news.
Yeah. So is there any other question that you might have?
No, that's it. I know that my mom, and I was there when my mom died, so I know she died peaceful. And my sister, well, she was sort of a drug addict. I didn't even get to tell her goodbye. We had to fly her in from Louisiana, so it was a bad situation. She was on drugs and she took an overdose. But she was my only sister, and that was my mom, so it's my immediate family. It's gone.
Your mom did show up, and I was going to ask her questions, but then Spirit came in. Your mom is with your sister, and your sister, if you want to know about your sister passed away peacefully too.
Well, good. That's more common to me.
It wasn't a horrid kind of passing.
Okay.
I'm getting a sense that she was passed out, that she was unaware.
Yeah.
And she with your mom.
Yeah, they was very, very close. My mom and sister was, even though she was on drugs and on the streets and sleeping places that Lord knows. But I'm glad to hear that.
Do you bring flowers to your mom? Because she's showing me flowers.
Yes, I bring her flowers. I bring them all kinds of stuff, like every 2 to 3 months.
Well, she's aware of what you do. She's around you, and she's saying that she's really appreciates your visits and the flowers. She thinks they're beautiful.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, she's sending a lot of love. My goodness,
Okay.
she was very passionate even at the end of life, because she's
Yes,
just
she
showing
was.
me that if she was with you, she would give you such a big hug. You'd know you
Yeah,
were
she
hugged.
was. Yeah, she always was she was a humble person at the end.
Just know that your sister and your mom are with you, and yeah, just try the ancestry.
Okay, I will. I'll do that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling.
Well, thank you.
All right. Night.
You have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. So yes, we have about 3 or 4 minutes, and once again, because of the week that I've had, I want to say I hope that everyone spends their life every single day like it is the last, because I love life. I love living, even in the worst times. Um, I think life is beautiful, and anything can happen at any given moment. So if you can enjoy as much as you can on every day, I just think it just would make a world of difference to all of us. And as me and Diane were talking about, have hope. You know, life is work sometimes, but we're not here to just lazy around and have it easy. This is this is about learning. This is about um, learning how to be kind and loving and caring about one another, and just all the things that are good. And if that means that we have to overcome our own ego on our own childhoods and all of that, that's life. I mean, life is life. And sometimes my grandchildren say I'm a little tough, but always look for the bright side. Is the sun out? Is the weather warm? Can you smell the flowers? See the flowers? Have you met an incredible person that just makes you awestruck at what type of people or person that is? So, yeah, I get these little lessons once in a while about how quickly things can change. And so gratitude is what I have in that. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for everyone in my life. So yeah. So I just wanted to share that this week with you. Next week I might be in a totally different mood, but I'll still think life was precious and we should live each day like it was our last, or at least live like we would like to think that we wouldn't be ashamed of how we're living. So, well, you have a good night, and thank you for listening. Thank you, Diane, for visiting, and thank you to all my callers and all my listeners. Come visit me on Psychic Paths on Facebook and www.psychicpaths.com. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.